No worries, you can continue your thought, but we're going to welcome Michael Conforto, a new guy, to the stage. And also, Chris Taylor is with us, and behind him is James Outman. Good to meet you. I'm John.
Oh, yeah. Nice to meet you.
Good to see you. How are you? Sit down, get in where you gotta fit in.
Big couches, nice and relaxed.
Well, the great thing, CT, when you win a World Series, you're going to get another piece of jewelry. Maybe the one downside, it's a really short off season. It probably feels like just had a parade yesterday, and I know you've got a big event coming up tomorrow, but what was the off season like for you as a World Series champion once again?
I mean, it was unbelievable. The celebration, the parade, we've all of LA has been waiting for that for a long time. A great way to kick off the off season, and then, I mean, from there it kind of quieted down. It just, you know, mostly hanging out with my family, working out and traveling a little bit. But it's been busy and in a good way, and then it's been a relaxing off season too.
Well, Michael, this is probably your first chance to have any interaction with the Dodger fans, and I know they're going to fall in love with you quickly. Even though you wore some different uniform the last couple of years, we're going to forget about that because your best days, we assume, and we know, are going to be right here in Los Angeles. But what were some of the keys for you that said, you know what, I want to be a part of what they're doing down in Los Angeles?
Well, you know, I definitely, I had my experiences here in Dodger Stadium. A lot of sad nights on that visiting side. You know, a lot of good teams I've come in here and played against, and you know, obviously it's the talent on this roster. Every time you come play here at Dodger Stadium, it's an experience. It's like coming up to the Coliseum or something. It's unlike anything else, and so, you know, I'm just really excited to be a part of the group, and obviously I watched the games in October last year, and you know, I just saw a good brand of baseball. I mean, obviously superstar talent, but I mean, the guys were playing the game the right way. So I'm excited to be a part of it.
You know, Jane, I was wondering, what was the offseason like for you? You know, what's that? You're coming into the season, you also see the way the addition, but at the same time going, okay, what did you really focus on? What are you thinking about coming into this spring training?
Yeah, so this offseason, I tried moving more weight. I'm like 5 pounds up from what I normally am this year, so I'm feeling good about that for sure. But yeah, you know, just getting back to the drawing board, putting my nose to the grindstone. I said that earlier.
Where'd you spend the off season? Where'd you put the work in?
I was at Camelback Ranch in Arizona, spring training complex.
You know, CT, I want to ask you, got something coming up tomorrow. You know, you got that polar bear plunge. Can you talk a little bit about that? And I'm sorry, I can't make it either.
All good. Yeah, our second polar plunge. Last year we had our first, same day, right after DodgerFest, and you know, a lot of my teammates are going to be out there to support. We are benefiting the Friendship Foundation, and then we also added a beneficiary, the LA Fire Department Foundation, after all. You know, it's all going to a good cause, and we're expecting a great turnout. Brett Young is going to perform at the event after the polar plunge, and the water is not that cold, guys. It's really not that bad, I promise. It'll be fun, so I'm excited.
Come on, Jerry! Come on!
Michael, I got to be in New York. Sorry, I got to tell you that. I would go. If I promised CT next year, I would do it. I wish I could be there.
All right, I'm recording.
Chris Taylor, Chris, you were a part of a team that went to the College World Series when you were at Virginia. You played in the Major League World Series. Michael, you've done it all. Little League World Series, College World Series, Major League World Series, a member with the Mets. How would you compare the three? Which was the most fun? Because they're all different stages of your life.
Yeah, they're all very different. I mean, 100% the Major League World Series is the best. That's the one you dream about when you're in the Little League World Series. So I lost all three of them. So we got to win. Yeah. So I feel good about our chances getting back there, and you know, we got to get another ring.
Let's go.
What does it mean? Who are you most looking forward to, maybe in that clubhouse, to pick their brain about, you know, this game, to say, okay, maybe something I can bring to my game?
I mean, there's a bunch of guys. Shohei, Freddie, Mookie. You know, I played across the field from Freddie. I was in the same division with him early on in my career, and so I've been seeing him at first base a lot. Early on in my career, my head's spinning. I'm a young guy. Freddie's over there chatting me up at first base. You know, I don't know what just happened at the plate. And so it's like, it's been cool to just kind of, as I've kind of become more established, you know, those interactions have gotten better. So I'm excited to be on the same team as him and you know, just see how he works. I mean, you know, he's an incredible hitter, so I want to see if some of that will rub off.
Ground ball to shortstop.
Michael, you suddenly got better looking because you took off that Giant uniform and put on that. How does it feel to be able to wear this beautiful uniform?
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. I'm very excited about it. Very, very excited about it. I love the weather. I love the stadium. I love the guys. I'm excited.
James, where are you? Are you ahead, behind, right on time where you want to be going into the season, going into camp?
I feel good. I feel really good. I think we're gonna have a pretty good team this year too, based off of everything that happened.
Well, you put on 5 pounds more muscle. Is the speed still there?
Yeah, the speed's there.
Really good.
Yeah.
You want to race?
No, I need to warm up. I don't want to pull anything.
You don't warm up at my age.
If you guys play this game long enough, and I didn't, but these guys have told me, you know, you're going to go through your ups and downs in the major leagues. Everybody goes through it. And Jerry talked about one time he was playing for the Rangers. He had a terrible year, but he used that as motivation, came back the next year, hit over 300 with the Reds. And all of you guys, whether you have peaks and valleys, when you're going through those valleys, is it something, James, that maybe drives you for that next year? Man, I have so much more fuel going into 2025.
Sure. I mean, you said it right there. It's you know, you don't want to look at the stat line and see numbers you don't like. So I think that's the driving force right there. And I've been spending time with Michael over in Arizona, and I've been picking his brain a little bit, and it sounded like you kind of had a similar experience.
Yeah, I mean, you know, my second year, 2016, I got sent down in May. Didn't like the year I had. I played terrible. Came back up later in the season, but you know, we had a short playoff. You know, we lost in the wild card game, and that off season was completely different for me. You know, I felt like I just needed to do more, and James and I talked a little bit about that experience. I mean, it's hard, but you put the work in, and then you come right back. And I ended up being an all-star the next year. So sometimes it's just, you know, the difficult seasons can kick you in the butt a little bit and put you right back on track, which I know James is working his butt off. He's definitely put on 5 pounds for sure. He's lifting like crazy, so he's going to be looking good for the Dodgers here.
You know, one of the things that you guys could explain to the fan base is how close it is, the difference between a 280 hitter and a 220 hitter, what the edges are at this level, because it is so easy to watch a game and watch somebody strike out or pop up and go, oh, this guy's terrible, when you're from the fan side. When you guys, it's really close. There's just edges you guys are working on every day to be a difference between a 220 and a 300 hitter.
Yeah, I mean, the game is hard. You know, I think, you know, playing multiple years, you know, it feels like the pitching gets better every year. And, you know, I've been playing here since 2016, and, you know, you constantly have to make adjustments every season. And, yeah, it's just tough. Even the best hitters in the game, Mookie, Freddie, Shohei, these guys, they even go through their struggles. And of course, at the end of the year, their numbers are always going to be there. They're special. But you know, it doesn't come so easy for all of us. And you know, you have to put the work in. You have to be willing to make those adjustments and willing to make changes. Because, like Michael said, it'll kick you in the butt and it'll humble you real quick.
Well, it's great to have all three of you guys in Dodger Blue this year, and I know this is an incredibly stacked roster. It's going to be so much fun to see how all of this comes together. And I know James is going to have a big bounce back year. Michael in Dodger Blue for the first time, and CT's been a mainstay here in Dodger Blue, having a couple of rings. Are you guys looking forward to getting that ring? Opening day, Chris?
Of course.
Hell yeah. Awesome. Thank you all for joining us.
Thanks, guys.
Michael Conforto, Chris Taylor, and James Outman were with us, and we're taking you up till 3 o'clock. There's still plenty more to come. I know we've already run through so many guys. We have a lot.
And that's why anyone asking. Give me one pass them. Drip, drip, drop. There it goes, and there gas them. Now you coming out the side of your face. We chop it right into your memory banks. Like with some of the